Why do you feel guilty every time you spend money? Not reckless spending. Not impulse buying. Just normal things: dinner, clothes, investing in yourself. That tight feeling in your chest? That second-guessing voice? That's not discipline. It's conditioning. Some people overspend when stressed. You do the opposite. You punish yourself for using what you earned. And here's the twist: guilt doesn't protect your money. It quietly sabotages it. In this video, I'll show you why that pattern formed and how to break it without becoming careless. Because the real shift isn't spending less. It's learning how to spend without fear. And almost no one teaches that. If you grew up hearing stuff like money is scarce or don't spend, or you'll regret it, your brain literally wires spending with fear. Every time cash leaves your hands, that old warning echoes, making you jittery. Imagine watching Up in the Air. Ryan's character meticulously budgets every move, almost like he's dodging invisible financial bullets. That's your mind playing the same trick, turning even simple personal finance decisions into a stress test. This fear isn't really about the money itself, it's about safety and control. You end up thinking that spending a few bucks is a step toward chaos, when really it's just a harmless transaction. Like in The Pursuit of Happiness, you see Chris Gardner sweating every penny, but those smart, intentional choices ultimately built a secure life. That's the key: connecting financial education and habits to actual, achievable safety instead of fear. The tricky part is that guilt sneaks in before reason does. You may check your account and feel a pang of regret for buying something as small as a coffee, even if your finances are fine. That's your financial psychology in action, your brain interpreting spending as a threat. Practicing awareness and understanding why money triggers anxiety can be life-changing. Start tracking your habits and notice patterns where fear, not logic, drives your choices. Here's the silver lining: once you see spending as neutral, even freeing, you open the door to intentional choices. You learn that money isn't a danger, it's a tool to build life, not fear. Picture Moneyball: teams use data to make bold moves with confidence, not panic. That's how habits and a strong money mindset can flip fear into empowerment. And in the next step, you'll see how confusing responsibility with self-denial is quietly sabotaging your financial freedom. A lot of people think being responsible with money means never having fun, like life is a constant grind with zero rewards. But real financial education teaches you that smart habits include enjoying your money without guilt. Think about The Wolf of Wall Street. Sure, Jordan's life was extreme, but there's a lesson in balancing risk and reward. Being responsible doesn't mean denying yourself, it means planning enjoyment wisely. When you tie enjoyment to rules and boundaries, spending stops being scary. For instance, set aside a fun fund each month, maybe $100 for dining out, hobbies, or streaming the latest shows. It's like in Parks and Recreation, when Leslie organizes events with a budget but still has fun. Personal finance works best when money supports life instead of restricting it, and habits that integrate joy reduce stress and guilt. A huge part of this is shifting mindset. Responsibility isn't punishment, it's empowerment. You're in control, not the other way around. Consider Moneyball again. The team makes calculated moves that feel risky, but they're based on strategy. Same with spending. Giving yourself permission to enjoy responsibly strengthens your financial psychology and sets up long-term success without regret. Once you start seeing spending as a tool rather than a threat, your confidence grows. Enjoyment becomes a natural part of your money habits, and that sense of balance keeps you motivated to stick with personal finance principles. In the next step, you'll discover how fearing regret more than poverty keeps people trapped in overthinking instead of action. Sometimes, it's not about not having money, it's about being terrified of making the wrong choice. That constant overthinking can paralyze your financial habits. Imagine Inception, where every decision folds into another layer of doubt. Your brain spins like that with money. Developing a strong money mindset means spotting when fear, not finances, drives your choices. This fear of regret keeps people stuck in analysis paralysis. You might skip investing in stocks, ignore side hustles, or delay starting a business because you obsess over what could go wrong. Like in The Big Short, the smart players turned calculated risk into massive opportunity, while others froze. Learning how to balance risk and reward is a critical finance tip that shifts your perspective. The key is building confidence through small wins. Start with tiny, intentional money moves. Set a $50 experiment budget each month to try new financial strategies, maybe a micro investment or a side hustle trial. These small habits strengthen your personal finance muscle and reshape your financial psychology. You'll see that regret loses its grip when action replaces overthinking. As you practice this, money stops feeling like a decision trap and starts being a tool to create the life you want. Your habits evolve, your mindset grows, and that fear of what if fades. And next, you'll learn why aligning your spending with your values makes guilt almost vanish and peace show up effortlessly. A big reason guilt hits so hard is when money isn't spent in line with what truly matters. You might buy things that impress others but leave zero satisfaction inside. Think of The Pursuit of Happiness. Chris Gardner invests time and energy in what aligns with his goals, not flashy distractions. That's the essence of linking spending to values. When your money reflects what you care about, it feels lighter, freer. Start by listing your core values: family, health, education, experiences, and match your spending to them. Every purchase becomes intentional. Like in Chef, where the main character invests in his passion and creativity rather than chasing quick cash, spending that aligns with values feels rewarding, not guilty. This builds financial habits that last and reinforce your money mindset. When your financial psychology lines up with your priorities, guilt naturally fades. You're no longer a slave to comparison or impulsive choices. Imagine the Queen's Gambit. Beth invests every moment in mastering chess, fully aligned with her values, and that focus drives success. Treating money as a reflection of your life's priorities gives clarity and peace. By practicing this, each dollar spent becomes a tool for meaningful experiences and long-term goals. Your personal finance habits strengthen, and you feel confident in your decisions. And in the next step, you'll see how giving yourself permission to enjoy money can finally erase guilt for good. A lot of people never set clear rules for themselves, so every purchase feels like sneaking out with forbidden candy. That's why guilt creeps in. It's not about the money, it's about the lack of permission. Think of Bridget Jones's Diary. She battles self-imposed rules and guilt over small joys, like chocolate or a night out. Giving yourself explicit permission changes everything. Start by creating a simple enjoyment budget each month. It could be $50 for hobbies, $100 for experiences, or even $20 for spontaneous fun. When you plan ahead, spending doesn't trigger panic, it becomes part of your habits. In Julie and Julia, the joy comes from following passion while respecting limits. The same applies to financial psychology and personal finance. This isn't about splurging recklessly, it's about mindful enjoyment. You decide what's okay and what's off limits, building confidence with every dollar. Like in Eat, Pray, Love, small choices aligned with personal values and pleasure lead to fulfillment. Your money mindset evolves when you treat enjoyment as intentional, not indulgent. Once you grant yourself this permission, guilt loses its power and money becomes a tool for living fully. Your habits, mindset, and confidence strengthen together. And in the next step, you'll discover how treating money practically instead of emotionally finally brings peace and control. When money becomes emotional, guilt and anxiety rule the show. Every purchase feels like a judgment on your character, not a practical choice. Picture The Pursuit of Happiness again. Chris Gardner treats every dollar strategically, not emotionally, and that mindset fuels his breakthroughs. Learning to manage money as a tool flips the whole game. Start by separating feelings from finances. Track your spending, set goals, and evaluate decisions logically. Think of Moneyball. Every move is backed by data, not emotion. That's how personal finance and strong money habits work. Your financial psychology shifts when you focus on results instead of guilt or fear. Practicing this creates freedom to make smart choices. You'll start investing, saving, and spending with clarity, building confidence that lasts. Like in The Queen's Gambit, Beth's focus on skill over stress lets her perform at peak level. Treating money practically allows your habits and mindset to grow without sabotage from fear. Over time, money stops being a stressor and becomes a resource for life, not a judge of it. Each financial decision strengthens your ability to achieve goals, maintain peace, and enjoy freedom. And next, you'll see how renewing your mind with trust and gratitude can fully transform your relationship with money. Peace with money starts when fear is replaced by trust and gratitude. The Bible says, "Do not be anxious, but present your requests to God," Philippians 4 verse 6, reminding us that worry doesn't solve problems, action rooted in faith does. Imagine the blind side. Michael's journey succeeds because people invested in him with trust, not fear. That's how you can approach your money mindset too. Start by reflecting on what you truly value and being grateful for what you have. Keep a journal noting wins, no matter how small, and watch your financial psychology shift. Like in a beautiful mind, focusing on patterns and gratitude rewires thought processes. Personal finance becomes less about scarcity and more about opportunity when gratitude leads the way. Next, align habits with faith and intentional planning. Budget with purpose, invest smartly, and make money decisions that reflect trust, not panic. Just like in the pursuit of happiness, consistent, intentional steps paired with belief create breakthroughs. Strong money habits combined with this mindset unlock both stability and freedom. Finally, see money as a tool for living a life that matters, not a source of stress. With trust, gratitude, and clarity, guilt fades and confidence grows. Your personal finance decisions now reflect wisdom, not fear. And from here, you're ready to step back and look at your entire money mindset in a way that's practical, empowering, and lasting. Remember how overwhelming it felt to second-guess every purchase, to feel guilty even when you could afford it? Now you've learned how to separate fear from financial decisions, align spending with your values, and give yourself permission to enjoy life responsibly. You're building habits that turn money into a tool, not a source of stress, and strengthening your financial psychology along the way. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss tips that can completely transform your money mindset. Keep practicing these strategies, track your progress, and notice how small intentional moves compound into long-term freedom. Every step you take now reinforces habits that will serve you for decades, not just months. If you're ready to go even deeper, click the link in the pinned comment now and start transforming your finances today. It's your time. With Holistic Health, nourish your mind, balance your finances, transform your life. You'll learn exactly how to create passive income streams, eliminate debt, and maintain mental clarity under financial pressure. Check out the material in the pinned comment and start putting these strategies into action immediately. Ask yourself, which step are you going to take today to finally break free from guilt and build a money mindset that works for you? Are you ready to shift your habits and see real results? The path is here. Take it, practice it, and watch your financial freedom grow.